The bridge was silent. No alarms. No hum. No flickering lights. Just the image on the star map. The older Lyra, staring out at them with eyes that glowed faintly with driftlight. Lyra stepped closer, breath trembling. Play it again. Solari hesitated, then triggered the recording. The older Lyra spoke, calm, steady, resigned. If you're seeing this, it means I failed. Lyra's stomach twisted. And now it's your turn. The message ended. Silence swallowed the bridge. Kael stepped forward, voice low. Lyra, this is a drift echo, a memory imprint. But it's not random. It's intentional. Lyra whispered. She left it for me. Solari crossed her arms. The question is why? Lyra stared at the frozen image of her older self. I think she's trying to warn me. Lyra left the bridge, Kael close behind. The corridor flickered around them, shifting between the Astralynx and something older, darker, colder. The walls pulsed with faint driftlight. Kael grabbed her arm. Lyra, slow down. She pulled away. I need to know what she meant. Kael hesitated. Lyra, what if she's not warning you? What if she's trying to stop you? Lyra froze. What are you talking about? Kael swallowed. The drift doesn't just show memories. It shows possibilities. Versions of us that could have been. Versions that made different choices. Lyra's pulse quickened. You think she's a version of me from another timeline? Kael nodded. And she stayed behind. Lyra whispered, why would I do that? The corridor flickered again. This time it didn't return to normal. Lyra blinked. She was standing in a vast, empty expanse. A horizonless plane of shifting light. The air hummed with a low, resonant pulse. Kael appeared beside her, flickering slightly. Lyra, this isn't the ship. Lyra swallowed. No, this is the drift. A voice echoed behind them. Not the drift. They turned. The older Lyra stood a few meters away. Solid, real. Her presence radiating a quiet, weary strength. This is what's left of it. Lyra's breath caught. You're real. The older Lyra nodded. For now. Kael stepped forward cautiously. What are you? The older Lyra smiled sadly. What you become if you don't make it back. Lyra approached her older self slowly, as if afraid she might vanish. What happened to you? The older Lyra exhaled. I entered the drift long before this mission. Before the Astralynx. Before Kael. Lyra's heart pounded. I don't remember that. You're not supposed to. Kael frowned. Why not? The older Lyra looked at him, eyes soft, knowing. Because if she remembered, she wouldn't have come back for you. Kael froze. Lyra's breath trembled. What do you mean? The older Lyra stepped closer. The drift doesn't just take people. It takes connections. It feeds on them. It uses them to anchor itself. Lyra shook her head. No, Kael and I are the reason the drift followed the ship. The older Lyra finished. Your bond is strong enough to bridge worlds. Strong enough to open doors that should stay closed. Kael whispered, we caused this. The older Lyra nodded. You did, but you can still fix it. Lyra stared at her older self, at the exhaustion in her eyes, the drift light pulsing beneath her skin. What happened to you? Why didn't you come back? The older Lyra's voice softened. I tried, but the drift doesn't let go easily. It needed an anchor, and I became that anchor. Lyra's throat tightened. You were trapped. I chose to stay, the older Lyra corrected gently, because someone had to hold the door open long enough for the others to escape. Kael stepped forward. Others? The older Lyra nodded. You weren't the first crew to encounter the drift. You won't be the last. Lyra whispered, why show yourself now? The older Lyra's expression darkened. Because the door is opening again. And this time, it's opening through you. The world around them trembled. The drift pulsed. The older Lyra grabbed Lyra's hands. Her touch warm, real, desperate. Listen to me. The drift is rewriting your memories because it needs you to become me. It needs you to stay behind. Lyra's breath hitched. No, I'm not leaving Kael. The older Lyra smiled sadly. That's what I said. Kael stepped between them. She's not you. She won't make the same choice. The older Lyra looked at him, eyes soft, almost proud. I hope you're right. The world shook violently. Cracks of light split the ground. The older Lyra stepped back. My time is almost up. Lyra reached for her. Wait, what do I do? How do I stop this? The older Lyra's voice echoed as her form began to dissolve. Remember who you were before the drift. Lyra shouted. I don't know who that is. The older Lyra smiled, fading, flickering. You will. The world shattered. Lyra gasped as she slammed back into her body. She was on the Astralynx again. Kael gripping her shoulders, Solari shouting orders, alarms blaring. Kael's voice trembled. Lyra, talk to me. Lyra stared at him, eyes wide, breath shaking. I saw her. Kael swallowed. I know. Lyra whispered. She wasn't a warning. Kael frowned. Then what was she? Lyra looked at the star map, now pulsing with driftlight. She was a reminder. Kael's voice softened. Of what? Lyra's eyes filled with fear. Of what I'm supposed to become. The hum of the drift filled the void low, endless, alive. Lyra's breath caught as the light around her fractured, pulling her back through the veil. She slammed into her body with a gasp. The Astralynx roared to life, alarms blaring, consoles flickering, Solari shouting orders across the bridge. Kael's hands gripped her shoulders, his voice trembling. Lyra, talk to me. Her eyes darted around the chaos. The star map pulsing with driftlight, the ship trembling like it was caught between worlds. I saw her, she whispered. Kael's expression hardened. I know. Lyra's voice broke, fragile and haunted. She wasn't a warning. The drift shimmered across the star map, its light crawling like veins through the holographic display. Kael frowned, confusion shadowing his face. Then what was she? Lyra turned toward the map, the swirling light reflecting in her eyes. She was a reminder. The bridge fell silent. Even the alarms seemed to fade beneath the weight of her words. Kael stepped closer, his voice soft, almost pleading. Of what? Lyra's gaze locked on the pulsing light, the same rhythm she'd felt in her chest when she met her older self, her eyes filled with fear. Of what I'm supposed to become. The drift surged, light spilling across the bridge, swallowing the stars beyond the viewport. And in that moment, Lyra understood. The warning wasn't about the future. It was about her. The screen fades to black. A single pulse of driftlight glows. Starbound Secrets, Episode 16. The Lyra Paradox.